Hello students, today we are going to focus on the topic subsistence and exchange. Subsistence is nothing but it is just a study of evolution of the agriculture, or else to know about the agriculture eras, such as how the agriculture has been formed, in what are all the situations agriculture has been changed. To focus on these things, it is known as subsistence, whereas exchange is nothing but it is just a study or a knowledge about the exchange system that has been prevailed in our primitive society till our present society, how the exchange system has been carried out, what are all the changes has been occurred. On these things, that is known, on studying of these things, it is known as exchange, whereas on studying of on an agriculture system, how the system has been changed, what are all the evolutionary activities that has been carried out in the subsistence system. Firstly, we are going to focus on the term subsistence. Introduction. Subsistence agriculture occurs when farmers grow food crops to meet the needs of themselves and their families. In subsistence agriculture, farm output is targeted to survival and is mostly for local requirements with little or no supplies. Planting decisions are made principally with an eye towards what their family will need during the coming year, and secondarily toward market prices. Tony Waters is a writer, a sociologist. Subsistence peasants are people who grow what they eat, build their own houses, and live without regularly making purchases in the marketplaces. This subsistence is nothing but this is a form of system that has been emerged to satisfy their own needs, especially their own basic needs such as food. In those days, in primitive ages, people have been doing hunting. வேட்டையாடுறது தான் அவங்களோட ஒரே சிஸ்டமாக இருந்துச்சு டு கெயின் ஃபுட் அண்ட் நியூட்ரிஷன். அட் எ சர்டன் டைம், ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் பீரியடுக்கு அப்புறம் தே டோன்ட் ஹாவ் எனி கைண்ட் ஆஃப் அனிமல்ஸ் டு ஹண்ட். வேட்டையாடுறதுக்கு மிருகங்களே இல்லாத சுச்சுவேஷன் கூட வந்திருக்கு. ஸோ இன் தட் கேஸ், தட் இஸ் தி எமர்ஜிங் பாயிண்ட் ஆஃப் தி சப்சிஸ்டன்ஸ் சிஸ்டம். அந்த பீரியட்ல இருந்து தான் தே ஸ்டார்டட் டு கல்டிவேட் தேர் ஓன் ப்ராடக்ட்ஸ், சச் அஸ் தே ஸ்டார்டட் டு கல்டிவேட் தி ஃப்ரூட்ஸ், வெஜிடபிள்ஸ், ரைசஸ், ஸோ ஆன். This is the first system. This is the root cause of this agriculture system has been emerging. And the system, and the எப்போ they have been struggled for a food, at that time only this subsistence agriculture system has been started up. Despite the primacy of self-sufficient in subsistence farming, today most subsistence farmers also participate in trade to some degree, though usually it is for goods that are not necessary for survival and may include sugar, iron roofing sheets, bicycle, used clothes, and so forth. Most subsistence farmers today reside in developing countries, although their amount of trade as measured in the cash is less than that of consumers in countries with modern complex markets. Many have important trade contact and trade items that they can produce because of their special skills or special access to resources valued in the marketplaces. When they started to cultivate their own fields, such as when they started to produce the food that they have been needed, at certain time they started to sell those things. ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் சுச்சுவேஷனுக்கு அப்புறம் when they started to gathering of foods, when they started to cultivating their own foods, after their needs has been fulfilled, the other products or the other items which they produced is started to sell. So at that point only the selling of agriculture products is been introduced. History of subsistence. The subsistence agriculture was predominant in parts of Asia, especially India, and later emerged in various areas. Why there is especially in India means India is having a majority land of agriculture, such as in India is a backbone of village is been as a backbone of India. There is a saying, was the saying, like village is the backbone of India. So especially India is being a part in subsistence agriculture in those times, especially India, particularly in Asian continent. Subsistence agriculture was the dominant mode of production in the world until recently, when market-based capitalism became widespread. When market-based capitalism became widespread, subsistence horticulture may have developed independently. Subsistence agriculture had largely disappeared in Europe by beginning of World War I. As recently as the 1950s, it was still common on family farms in North America and Europe to grow much of a family's own food and make much of its own clothing, although sales of the farm's production earned enough currency to buy goods. What is horticulture? Horticulture is the agriculture of plants mainly for food, materials, comfort and beauty for decoration. Horticulturists apply knowledge, skills and technology to grow intensively produced plants for human food and non-food uses and for personal or social needs. Their work involves plant propagation and cultivation with the aim of improving plant growth, yields, quality, nutritional value, and resistance to insect diseases and environmental stress. These are all is being denoted as a horticulture. They work as gardeners, growers, therapists, designers, and technical advisors in the food and non-food sectors of horticulture. Horticulture is nothing but is the agriculture of plants mainly for food materials, comfort and beauty products. These things have been one who have been cultivating in their own lands, then he is being denoted as a horticulturist. They apply knowledges and skills and technology to grow intensively produced plant for human food and non-food uses for personal or social needs. Subsistence has been having a different types. Nearly 4 types has been having for subsistence farming. First type is shifting agriculture. In this type of agriculture, a patch of forest land is cleared by a combination of felling and burning, and crops are grown. After 2 to 3 years, the fertility of the soil begins to decline. The land is abundant and the farmer moves to clear a fresh piece of land elsewhere in the forest as the process continues. While the land is left fallow, the forest regrows in the cleared area and soil fertility and biomass is restored. After a decade or more, the farmer may return to the first piece of land. This form of agriculture is sustainable at low population densities, but higher population loads require more frequently clearing, which prevents soil fertility from recovering, opens up more of the forest canopy, and encourages scrub at the expense of large trees, eventually resulting in deforestation and land erosion or soil erosion. What is this shifting agriculture? This It is nothing but a shifting agriculture is a particular individual, he goes into a forest and he started to clear a patch of land in the forest, and he started to burn the land, the things which has been around, and started to grow the crops in that particular patch. He will be doing it rotationally for 2 to 3 years. After that, the fertility of the soil and the land is being declined, and so that automatically the farmer will move on to the next patch. So continuously he will be doing the same process for following decades. After a particular decades, the first land that the particular individual has been cleared, the first patch, automatically the soil fertility will be increased and the biomasses will be restored. So this kind of activity can be done in the low population only. If a population is overloaded, automatically this kind of process, this shifting agriculture is cannot be carried out. Once again I am saying shifting agriculture is the one type of subsistence farming. Shifting agriculture is nothing but a patch of forest is being chosen and it will be cleared by a agriculture, by a farmer. He started to grow a crops in that particular land or else a particular patch for 2 to 3 years. After that, automatically the fertility of the soil will started to reduce. So at that time what the farmer will do means he will automatically move on to the next patch and will be doing this same thing which is being followed here. Continuously he will be moving on to the next for the following years. After a decades, when he coming back to the first patch, the density and the soil fertility and the biomasses of the particular land is being restored. So this kind of activities can be carried out only at the low population community only. Whereas if a particular community is having overpopulation, this kind of shifting agriculture cannot be practiced over there. And second type of farming is primitive farming. While this technique may describe the method for opening new land, commonly the farmers in question have in existence at the same time smaller fields, sometimes merely gardens near the homestead. They practice intensive non-shifting techniques until shortage of fields where they can employ slash and burn to clear land, provide fertilizer. Such gardens near the homestead often requiredly receive household refuse, and the manure of any household, chicken or goats, are initially thrown into compost piles just to get them out of the way. However, such farmers often recognize the value of such compost and apply it regularly to their small fields. They also may irrigate part of such field if they are near a source of water. Second type of subsistence farming is primitive farming. This technique or method is described as a opening of new land. Commonly nowadays farmers have been owning a particular land for their agriculture activities. This is the root cause for this agriculture farming. Primitive farming is nothing but a farmer who has been holding a smaller field, sometimes emergently gardens, near the homestead. There they practice non-shifting techniques until the shortage of fields where they can employ to clear land and to provide fertilizer. For example, you maybe see several kinds of hut at the wasteland while you have been traveling. The people, it is nothing but a group of people will be keep on traveling in their way by by with their pets called chickens or goats, duck, so on. Their main duty is to go and occupy a certain kind of land, whether it is small or large, to occupy the land, to put their tent over there and being there for 2 to 3 months and making that land to fulfill their biomasses restored, to get their biomasses restored, or else to get the particular land filled in fertility. It is nothing but a group of people, they will be keep on traveling with their goats, sheep, chickens and so on. Their main duty is, while they have been traveling, they go and meet a farmer and started to live in at the farmer's land. அவரோட இடத்துல போயிட்டு டென்ட் போட்டு தங்குவாங்க for 2 to 3 months nearly. So their main duty while they have been staying there is they need to restore the fertility and biomasses of the land with the 2 to 3 months. That is the main duty of the primitive farmers. அவங்க வச்சுட்டு இருக்க அந்த ஷீப்ஸு கோட்ஸு அது எல்லாத்தையும் அவங்க கொடுத்துருக்க அந்த ஃபார்மரோட அக்ரிகல்ச்சர் லேண்டில் அதை வச்சு வளர்ப்பாங்க. ஸோ ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கலி when they have been growing their pet animals in the field of that farmer, என்ன ஆகும் அப்படின்னு பார்த்தீங்கன்னா, அந்த அனிமல்ஸோட வேஸ்டேஜ்லாம் அந்த லேண்டில் அந்த 2 to 3 months அந்த லேண்டில் வந்து அனிமல்ஸோட வேஸ்டேஜ்லாம் இருக்கும்போது ஆட்டோமேட்டிக்கலி the land will be getting the fertility and also the biomasses of the land is started to restore. So it is the main duty of this primitive farmers. Third one is nomadic herding. In this type of farming, people migrate along with their animals from one place to another in search of fodder for their animals. Generally, they rear cattle, sheep, goats, camels and yak, milk, skin. The things which have been discussed before is known as nomadic herding. அதுதான் வந்து nomadic herding. It is not primitive, it is a nomadic herding. In nomadic herding only, they will be doing such activities such as they keep their cattle, sheep, goats, hens, camels, so on. In this nomadic herding, in this type of farming, people migrate along with their animals. It is same like primitive farming, from one place to another in search for fodder for their animals. Generally, they rear cattle, sheep, goats, camels, yaks for milk, skin, meat and wool. This way of life is common in parts of Central and Western Asia, India, East and Southeast Africa, Northern Eurasia. Example are the nomadic Bhotias or Gujas of the Himalayas. They carry their belongings such as tents, etc. on the back of donkeys, horses and camels in mountain region like Tibet and the Andens. Yak and Ilama are reared. Reindeer are the livestock in Arctic and subarctic areas. Sheep, goats and camels are common animal and cattle and horses are also important. This nomadic herding is nothing but the same thing which has been followed in primitive farming. The same thing is being carried out here. The people will be migrating from one place to another. They will be keep on moving to one place to another by selling the milk, skin, meat and wool and so on. They also use their animals for traveling. That is to, for example, in the Himalayan region, the people those who have been climbing the Himalaya, they need something to carry their luggages. So at that time, these animals has been used to carry the things of the particular individual. This nomadic herding is nothing but it is a type of farming, people migrating along with their animals from one place to another in search of fodder for their animals. Fodder is nothing but in search of the things, a particular occupation that is being accumulated for their particular animals. That is what is being denoted as a nomadic farm herding. Intensive subsistence farming. In intensive subsistence farming, agriculture, the farmer cultivates a small plot of land using simple tools and more labor. Climate with a large number of days with sunshine and fertile soil permits growing of more than one crop annually on the same plot. Farmers use their small land holdings to produce enough for their local consumption, while remaining produce is used for exchange against other goods. It results in much more food being produced per acre compared to the other subsistence pattern. In the most intensive situation, farmers may even create terraces along steep hillsides to cultivate rice paddies. Such fields are found in densely populated areas of Asia. This intensive subsistence agriculture is nothing but a farmers who cultivate a small plot of land using simple tools or more labor. Here the climate will support the farmer and the fertility and everything permits the farmer to grow a crop annually. The farmer use their small land holdings to produce enough for their local consumption, and the other products which he had been produced is used for exchange against other goods, like they give 1 kg of, like for example they giving 1 kg of rice means they can able to get 1 kg of sugar. This is the type of exchange system where the products has been exchanged. So the farmer use the other products after that is remaining after their consumption. They use these remaining products is used to exchange against other goods. It results in much more food being produced per acre compared to the other subsistence patterns which we have been seen about. The other three subsistence pattern, this subsistence can able to get more product compared to the others. In the most intensive situation, farmers may even create terraces along steep hillside to cultivate rice paddies. If you go to areas like hilly region, there you can able to see a farming which is being carried out in a slope region. Here this in the most intensive situation means they need a food, so at that time what the farmers will be doing is they may even create terrace along steep hillside to cultivate rice paddies. Such fields where you can able to found means we can able to found in densely populated areas of Asia, because due to overpopulation they need to cultivate more and more in every product. So at that time what they will be doing means they can able to change the land which is not fit for agriculture, they can able to change the land into a fertile land. So this intensive subsistence agriculture is being used in a subsistence farming as an important one nowadays, because then when we compare to other three subsistence farming, this intensive subsistence agriculture is being denoted as the one of the important products that we can able to get more crop annually. So this is what the last type of subsistence farming. Then nextly we are going to see about exchange. In next class we will be seeing in deep about exchange. Before that, I would like to give you a small outline of exchange system. We can able to see that in this intensive subsistence farming also we can able to note that the farmers who have been having a more crops, அவங்களோட யூசேஜுக்கு போக மிச்ச crops what they will be doing means they will be sell or they will be exchange the products to the other farmers to get their own product. For example, ஒரு ரெண்டு விதமான ஃபார்மர்ஸ் இருக்காங்க. ஒருத்தர் வந்து ரைஸ், இன்னொருத்தர் வந்து கார்ன். இது ரெண்டும் கல்டிவேட் பண்ணுறாங்க. இந்த ரைஸ் போடுற ஃபார்மர் வந்து என்ன பண்ணுவாங்கன்னா அவரோட தேவைக்கான ரைஸஸ் எல்லாம் எடுத்துகிட்டு மிச்ச ரைஸை இந்த கார்ன் போடுறவருக்கு எடுத்துகிட்டு வந்து கொடுத்துருவார். கொடுத்தனால in exchange system, what the farmer who has been cultivating the corn, what he will be do means he will give the corn instead of rice. அவர்கிட்ட இருந்து ரைஸை வாங்கிட்டு இவர் வந்து அதே அளவுக்கு கார்னை வந்து அவருக்கு கொடுத்துருவார். ஸோ திஸ் டைப் ஆஃப் எக்ஸ்சேஞ்ச் சிஸ்டம் இஸ் பீன் ஸ்டார்டட் இன் தி இன்டென்சிவ் சப்சிஸ்டன்ஸ் ஃபார்மிங். This is what we are going to discuss in the next topic called the exchange. Exchange is nothing but what are the system that this kind of system that has been carried out in our primitive ages. Actually, in exchange system we are going to see about three different type of exchange. First one is reciprocity, and nextly redistribution, and at last marketing. These are the three different types of exchange that we are going to be focused on. And at last, as conclusion, today we are seeing the topic subsistence and exchange. We are focused on the topic subsistence. Subsistence is nothing about a farming, how the system has been emerged, what are the types that farming has been, that especially subsistence farming is having of. We have discussed about 4 different types of subsistence farming: intensive subsistence farming, nomadic herding, primitive farming, and shifting agriculture. With that, I like to conclude the topic. Thank you.